Welcome back, guys. I thought I'd tell you where I'm up to. I've got this Jeep. It's now on the market. Got the transmission resolved. Drives like a dream. Changes gears smoothly. Everything's right with it. So I thought, you know what? The amount of time I put into this car in the last 8 months, I figured now's the time to let it go. Had a young couple come out today. 2 young kids. Well, not really a young couple, but they come out and had a look at it. And they bought a massive big boat, like a big cabin cruiser, and they really liked the car. But yeah, I told them straight up I wasn't going to lie to them. They thought it had a 3.5 ton tow rate, and it's only got a 3 ton. So yeah, decided. I told them, I said, no, you better off just getting a Land Cruiser or something. So they were a little disappointed, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I've only had it on the market 12 hours, so I got 5,900 on it, which is pretty damn cheap, I reckon. I paid $3,000 for it, but I've obviously put a lot of time into it. But I had a test drove. I test drove a 2019 model Grand Cherokee turbo diesel, but he wanted $43,000 for it, and I was a bit on the high side, and I'm like, I'll get one cheaper than that. But yeah, just take me time with that one. But yeah, where I'm up to. Went to Summernats, had a ball, had a blast, and I bought all these banners, jumped on them. Main Force Patrol, so I got that one, and I got this other one, which my son really likes. 50 years XA Falcon. It's really cool, so looks great on the wall of my shed. And I've got this one here. So this is an XA Falcon 500. Looks like in the burnt orange, same as mine. I seen that and I fell in love with it. I've got to have that. So it's freaking awesome. Wish I could put the Falcon 500 decal like that, but I've got that bezel in the road. Oh, the insert, not the bezel. It's a bloody honeycomb insert. So yeah, it's all right. All good. So yeah, you might notice something different. Back window just went in, just like that. Done it all by myself. Yeah, just went in. Just in a nutshell. I went to Summernats. I looked at other coupes. There wasn't a real lot of them there, but I noticed looking at the back windows and just looking at how the most of their cars look like an original. The ones I looked at anyway, and yeah, so I was looking at this part here. And I was wondering, look, two of the cars I looked at had problems with these sitting up. And that's exactly the problem I've been having. I go to put the window in and they just start popping up. So what I've done, I didn't want to do this, but I trimmed a bit of stainless steel off one side just to get this to sit down a bit further. And yeah, it's made the difference. That was sitting right up before. So yeah, it's not perfect. You see it sits nice and snug there, but it sits out a bit here. But looking at other coupes, and I'm like, you know what? It's just, you just got to work around with it. It is what it is. So it sits nice up here, nice along here. But yeah, it's in. I'm going to leave it in this time. I'm not going to take it out. It is what it is. So that inspired me to push on. I've got another 2 days off before I go back to work. And yeah, look at this part here. I'll show you some photos now. So here's one of the coupes I looked at. Can't tell by looking at it, so I'll zoom in so you see it's got nice, it's all closed up, and then when you look at it over this point, you see it looks pretty good actually. Yeah, this side's pretty good. Right up, go to the next side. So this is the problem he's had in the corner, sitting up. Exactly the problem I had until I chopped underneath. And then this one here, see he's got a gap at the front, but then he's got it closed up here. So that's, what's it? There's got more photos now. Here's another one. So you see, that's a reproduction one. It's got a gap there, but then he's got it good up there. This one, pretty clean there, but then you look at over here, see that. They're never perfect, I don't think. Not the ones I looked at, but oh, we had such a good time at Summernats. So yeah, that's what I found. So looking at coupes at Summernats, and I keep telling you about this problem here where there's a gap there, then you go to here, and it's just, if you have it flush, like in there, and have this closed up, you leave this out. So the coupes I looked at, can't get it back now. The coupes I looked at, I think there's only one coupe that didn't have the same problem. There's one coupe where this was closed up. It goes back further than that. Yeah, having it sitting about there, I reckon. This is pretty wild, this one. But yeah, there's only one coupe from memory that had this closed up. It might have been original. But also I noticed they had original ones of these, and these looked original and they had gaps there. So, don't know. Mind you, they couldn't have been original, because then you look at the factory corner section here, and this has got a line in it. The reproduction one's got a line, this one hasn't. You can see a line there. But yeah, so that's just the way it is. I'm going to leave it, I'm not going to worry about it. You spend so much time trying to get these perfect, or I could be doing other things. So I think what I'll do now is these guards. So these guards have to be cut and buffed. I'm not going to worry about the bonnet, because the bonnet's going to be off anyway, doing work, you know, doing all the wiring or whatever else. So I better just put the bonnet aside, don't worry about buffing it. It's going to be a lot of work, it's got fish eyes off for it. But the doors have been cut and buffed. So yeah, just continue on. I'll show you how I go about putting a stripe up the side. And then see what else I can find to do. Before I move any further, I forgot about this one. This is when I first got Summernats, go for his scrutineering. This fella had it down near the Escort, and he's the president of this GT club in Canberra. So it's a beautiful car. It's a Fairmont XB. Yeah, so it had nice deep dish kidney wheels on it. But yeah, got talk of him. He let me son sit in it, I had to sit in it, and beautiful car, absolutely beautiful car. Really appeared to be original too, which I really admired. So yeah, I was looking at the wipers there, because I got wipers, but they're not for a two-door. Couldn't find any, so I got to modify them. But that, and then yeah, he had the same problem. I think this has got the reproduction corners, although they look very old. But see, that's got that line there, and over here. So both sides are like that. But yeah, this car looks really original. Oh, mate's SLR. His transmission started playing up. It wouldn't go back in a park. We thought it might have been low on transmission fluid. It's got turbo 350 in it. But yeah, some going on linkages or cable or something. But yeah. So yeah, beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful. Really inspired me to push on with mine. So looking at coupes at Summernats, and I keep telling you about this problem here where there's a gap there, and you go to here, and it's just, if you have it flush, like in there, and have this closed up, you leave this out. So the coupes I looked at, can't get it back now. The coupes I looked at, I think there's only one coupe that didn't have the same problem. There's one coupe where this was closed up. It goes back further than that. Yeah, having it sitting about there, I reckon. This is pretty wild, this one. But yeah, there's only one coupe from memory that had this closed up. It might have been original. But also I noticed they had original ones of these, and these looked original and they had gaps there. So, don't know. Mind you, they couldn't have been original, because then you look at the factory corner section here, and this has got a line in it. The reproduction one's got a line, this one hasn't. You can see a line there. But yeah, so that's just the way it is. I'm going to leave it, I'm not going to worry about it. You spend so much time trying to get these perfect, or I could be doing other things. So I think what I'll do now is these guards. So these guards have to be cut and buffed. I'm not going to worry about the bonnet, because the bonnet's going to be off anyway, doing work, you know, doing all the wiring or whatever else. So I better just put the bonnet aside, don't worry about buffing it. It's going to be a lot of work, it's got fish eyes off for it. But the doors have been cut and buffed. So yeah, just continue on. I'll show you how I go about putting a stripe up the side. And then see what else I can find to do. I've run into another challenge, as you do when you're restoring cars. Ever since I started, anyone will tell you when they start fitting all these stainless steel moulds and trims to these cars that are remanufactured, that doesn't always go to plan. So the latest one is I've got these wheel arch moulds. I didn't intend buying these for this car, but I went to me my cousin's, or forgot a family member who's, or my family got these old Falcons and that, but he had this particular fella had all these bits and pieces you want to get rid of, and I ended up buying the dash pad and all this other stuff, but he had these sitting there taped up, ready to, or freshly bought, hadn't been used. I'm like, righto. So come up good price, snapped them up. So yeah, I've just tried fitting this mould to the rear right hand arch, and it didn't even come close to fitting. It was really not what I want to see, but the problem lies, so these arches here, this is all replaced rust sections. These are custom garage arches, so these are bang on perfect. They're really good. But the lower sections that come across the bottom here, rare spares. And as I've known with the front guard, the lower section, I'll replace that rare spares. And I mean, you're grateful that they make the sections for you, but far out, it's like this here, the shape's just messed up. So yeah, the arch, the mould doesn't even come close to going on, which is very disappointing, but that's just the way it goes. So this car, like, I'll just show you this before I move on. Here's another rare spares. Look at that. Probably can't tell on the camera, but yeah. So I think it doesn't overly matter because this car is a Falcon 500. It's not a Fairmont. So Falcon 500s, they had the stainless mould that went around the front windscreen, the back window. Had this section here, as they all did, and it had the stainless mould that goes over here. And the other one that's already in there, like so, which I think's aluminium. Yeah, so being a Falcon 500, didn't have the trim going across here, or the one going across there. So it wouldn't be a drama. If I'm going to not have the wheel arch moulds, I'm going to go the direction of the Falcon 500 and not have the trims up here. So yeah, I think rather than trying to go for the dramas of trying to fit those arch moulds, I think I'm better off just not fitting them to the car. I mean, ultimately, it'd be nice to have them on there. They do look really good. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of dramas trying to get it. That lower section, it wasn't even close. I was like, wow. I can work with stuff, but yeah. I just shared it with my mate. He's restoring a Landau, and yeah, his response is going to be the same. Wow. He's yet to do it in his car, but so yeah, I'll have to, at this point in time, I'll just put them aside. But yeah, I could be able to, I'm sure there's someone else out there that want these. So I'll wrap them back up, put them aside. I've got the trims to the top of the door, mould to the top of the door, and these, take these off. Just leave it like that for now. I can move on to other things now, more important stuff. Well, that is important, but yeah, I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I'm not going to do more constructive things. Can't really make a start, so I'll take this shepherd for a walk. He's got so much energy and he's growing up now, aren't you, mate? So, yep, so what I've got now, I've got this super cheap auto brushless motor rotary sander. It's got the high definition 3D high definition pad on it. Got this one, but it's too small. This one is from another super cheap auto, but it's only got 120 mil pad on it, too small. This one's ideal. I've got this in the paint shop. It's got like a rotary orbital style buffing pad on it, so that's really good for doing. Doesn't take the meat off like the rotary does, but I'll just see how it goes. It's all just trial and error, but yeah, I've got this detergent water. I don't usually use detergent, but this is mixed up to do the vinyl strips on the car. And I've got these, the Sandpaper Man, so these micro mesh pads. These are 1500. I've got 2000 grit on the other end of it, but what I'm going to do first, I'm going to try these eBay sanding pads. So I've got 1500 and I've got the 2000. So I'll try the 1500, then go to 2000. Just see how I'm going with the 1500. But I'll try not to use these if I can. I'll save them for later when I'm finishing off the car and going over stuff. But yeah, just see how I go then. Orbital sander, 1500. Yep, that's perfect. So just need to go over the 2000 very lightly. May do it by hand. And yeah, so I'll do down here just a little bit more, then I'll buff it just to see how the outcome, see how well it comes up. So it looks pretty good. That's the final result, how I want to look. Really need to just get out in the light to have better, in the sun to have better view of it, but it's like a mirror. So that was 1500 grit followed by 2000, and then I used these 3D products. I think they're American. I've been using them for ages, but this stuff here is the stage 1. It's supposed to be aggressive, but I don't know, it does the job. So I got stage 1, then I went to stage 2. Then I think the stage 3 must be the wax. I don't know. But I think what I might do this time, I might just start, seeing this guard hasn't got much orange peel, I'll just go straight for the 2000 because I found I had some pigtails. They're a little bit more effort than I'd like to get out. So, yep, right. We'll just continue on. I'll give it another, I'll go 2000 here to say here, then I'll do the buffing process and see how well it comes up. So it'll just saves me a lot of time. So I've been using this rotary buffer, and just for buffing I use that, and then for sanding I'm just using this orbital. I tried using the orbital sander, the buffing pad, it just takes forever. I think that'd be really good for, like, if you're in a hurry to apply polish. Probably this is ideal for that, but yeah, I've always hand polished, or wax I should say. But yeah, continue on. So 2000 grit followed by the 3D cutting compound. I can see slight, if I move the camera you can't see it, but there's slight pigtails in it. I'm starting to think this pad, this cheapy pad, is like it's contaminated or something, because sometimes when you got something hard in the face of it, I can feel something there, it can, yeah, cause havoc. So what I might do, I'll take that off and I'll go to this high quality micro mesh pad, one of these suckers. Should be 2000 grit in here somewhere. 2400, yeah, that might be better again. Don't remember what I bought now. I bought these probably 6 weeks ago. So I'll try that out. I'll do a new area altogether. I'll do it down here and then I'll repeat the process. Yep, that micro mesh 2400, definitely the go. I always like to do a bit of a trial run first, see what works, because I don't do this all the time, so I'm not like on that professional level like a detailer. Yeah, so yeah, 2400, then just cutting compound. I haven't given it the finishing polish. And just notice it's like a dent there. It's like, you know, when you get a rock that flies up from underneath and hits from behind, that sort of look. But who cares? This car's going to be driven. It's not going to be sitting in the shed or in the showroom. I'm going to use it. So now I know where I'm at, what I need to do. I'll just do 2400 now, just do the rest of the guard. But the only downside of using the 2400 is that, yeah, if you've got like any runs or anything, you've got to change the technique of how you're doing it. But yeah, so far, being this top area, that's where the tendency when I was painting it to get like dust settling in it, where this is sort of horizontal. So continue on. What a result. Come out really. So I finished doing this guard. Oh, it is amazing. Get a good view of the camera. Maybe go from this point. Oh yeah, that's better. The window, or sorry, the door there. Get an idea of reflection, but yeah, it's come out really nice. So, rear quarters are done. It's not perfect, as in there's little imperfections here and there. Just, yeah, backyard paint job. Paint this car in a double garage, so it's actually a triple garage, but oh yeah, 2 bays. So yeah. So this been cut and buffed. Door's cut and buffed. There's a little bit of orange peel in this door. Who cares? Whatever. Probably do a bit more of a buff actually, but I can do that later. The main idea of doing this guard is so I can finish putting these GS stripes up the side. So now that this guard's done, I deliberately didn't do under here. I didn't cut it or anything, just gave it a quick go with the buff because I know that's going to get stone chips. So I'm going to want to keep as much as the paint on there as I can. Best part about this burnt orange, or these flat colours, you can do spot repairs. Where metallics, it's a proper pain in the ass. Like, here's an example on this car here. Was it 2022 Australia Day? Me and my friends went for a drive, and the back of the sway bar bolt come undone, going over Stockton Bridge in Newcastle, and the whole wheel tucked back. It smashed into the guard, so I literally had to tape from this point up, so protect this area, and then had to repaint this whole area in the original Ford Breeze metallic paint. So I know it's there, I can notice it, but no one's really picked up on it. But yeah, this paint's getting on 5-year-old now. It's starting to get on and got a bit of crap going on. Stuff like this, but yeah. I know the paint could be better, but once again, double garage, paint job. It's learning, but it's good enough for me. So now, I won't bore you with more of this paint stuff. So what I'll do now, I cut this and buff it. So this guard will be done, so then I can put the decals on both sides, finish them off. But I was using this micro mesh paper, which is really good product, but you look at the price of it. It's $6 a sheet, so I've got what, 5 sheets of each. Yeah, so it is better. Ultimately, it's a lot better product, but it didn't appear to last as long or last anything longer than these cheapy ones off eBay. But I think the ones off eBay are more inclined to get imperfections, and you know, it might have a rough spot in it. So yeah, but I just went back to the eBay pads, and I've done 1500, then 2000 grit, and it just buffed up like really easy. No scratches or anything, just come up really good. So righto, continue on. I've just finished the other guard. Yeah, one thing I need to point out, in case anyone else gets caught up, when you finish cutting, polishing, you always got to make sure you clean the residue, leftover stuff. So look in here, so that crap in there. If I don't get that off now, the only way to get that off be sanding it off. So it's literally, it's all over the roof. You're better off just covering the whole car up and just concentrating on the areas you want to cut. But yeah, I didn't do that. But so yeah, so this guard's done. Looking mint. Great. So there was run down there. I had attacked it with 600 grit and went through the grades and got rid of that. But yeah, it's going lunchtime now. I think I might just fire up the BBQ. Puppy dog, honey, come here. What you doing? Yeah, he loves it. Go fetch when I go there. About to make a start putting these GS stripes on. So what I've done, I've gone through all my photos that I got saved of Falcons, and I've focused on these front guards. And there's quite a bit of variation, as there was with the GS stripe on the back and the rear-quarters to where the actual GS letters sit. So what I've done here, I've just got this car here is a good example. Beautiful, I love those wheels. So you see that nose piece that goes in the quarter panel there. You see how close that decal is to the line there, where it marries up to the nose piece. You can see how close it is there. I think that's bang on where it's meant to be. But then if you look at other cars, this one here, look at the gap it's got there. See these both, I'd say both of these cars, I'll not get out of that. Both of these cars are being restored, I'd say. At least those, I don't know. It's hard to say, but yeah, that looks too good to be factory. But oh well, it might just be a survivor. But So there's that one there. This is the same car again. There's another one. This car looks very original. With that right on that line. What that stands for. 351 something. Then you go across to this one. So these are photos from a brochure that you would have got when you first when you look at the bottom of these cars. So look how close it is there. It's right on that line. Same as it won't have better colour to see, but yeah, you see it's right on that line. So I'll probably give maybe a centimetre, 15 mil, 10 to 15 mil gap there, I reckon, at the front there, and try focus on having it right on that line. So you got the body line, have the top of that on there, I reckon. I love this red walnut tyres. It's so cool. I love it. Righto, I'll make a start. Just put some masking tape down on this line just to give me some sort of indication about where I want to have the GS stripe. So simply just masking tape married up to the existing GS stripe that's already on there, and follow along. Then I put another little bit under there just to, so I know where I want it to be, as in the body line on the panel. It's not perfectly straight, it does slope off a bit towards the front, but yeah, it's just like an indication really. So what I can do now is get masking tape and just put it on top of this line, put it on top of that way I know where to butt up the new GS stripe. So here's the one here, no second chances, this is the only one I've got. With the back of the car I had spares, but yeah, not this one. So so what I'll do, I think I'll need to cut really close to there, and that way I can stick this on the panel and just see where it wants to sit. Because it's not straight, you have to be really mindful and be careful. Yeah, all good. Take me time, all good. I just had I got me the Jeeps on Facebook Marketplace, and yeah, as people probably would have told you, is that when you put stuff on Marketplace, you get a lot of scammers, and when people click on this link or do swaps, click on the link and it's just a login detail. So they basically get your login details, then they can basically use your account so they can create more Facebook Marketplace listings, and yeah, just scam people. So I'm way ahead of them. When I was in the cops, we done like, we're trained in that area how to fish out the scammers and crap. But yeah, it's funny, but it's time wasting. But I just had a bloke, he just messaged me and said he wanted to do a swap, and I'm like hoping he'd say Jeep Grand Cherokee, like a newer model. And he said no, he's got a VYSSU to red. He's done a lot of work to it, but I'm like, I mean, I've got nothing against Holdens. I actually like to have that car. Be great for a dog in the back. Good to have it paired up with a G6E turbo, but yeah, it's not what I'm after at the moment. I'm after another four-wheel drive, but something newer, something that's less drama, more economical, and yeah. So yeah, get back to this now. So I've got these, got another bit of tape there, so all I have to do is get this, peel this off, and whenever you peel a masking tape off, try to go like that. Even though it's not going to peel the paint off, it's just good practice. So yeah, even doing it slow is good, but I know this paint's not lifted up. So I ripped this one off. So now I've got an indication about where I'd like to have the new line. Show you where I'm up to. I'm actually starting to use a different app on my phone now for filming, because you can't zoom in now with an Android one. So I found when it comes to putting this stripe on, obviously it's not straight, it's got a slight bit of angle in it. So I was trying to get it to marry up properly at the front here, but it marries up nice, looks nice along here, but then when you go around here it's a bit out. But I guess that's just the way it is. Not much I can do about it. I mean, if it's straight there, there's not much. You'd have to actually cut it to make it how you like. So I'm just gonna leave it. Look at that paint. Wow, so nice. So what I'll do, you basically just roll this up like so it's sitting up, and then I put heaps of water and detergent down, and then just yeah, roll it over and start using the squeegee and start putting it down permanently. But while it's wet, I'll be able to move it around and get in a position where I'm happy, where I like it. But once it dries out, I'm going for, yeah, see how it go. Turn to shit. I had it ready, like I showed you before, ready to flip over, and then I tried to take the backing off, and then because it got too wet, the paper started separating. So I had to carefully, probably took me an hour just to get rid of what was left of the inner sheet of paper. So I ended up having this whole strip was really wet, and held it out. My arms extended and stuck it on there wet and just sort of guided it, which I'll probably think would be the go on this one. Just have it, because what made it difficult, I like to have it taped one end and then just peel it off, and as you go and just sit it back on there. But what made it hard is this isn't perfectly square. Doesn't matter, it's all practice, but and the end result will hopefully be the striping on there. But yeah, obviously if I was doing this for a living, I'd sure as hell want to do it quicker than what I'm doing now. But yeah, what I've done now, I've got the squeegee, or the bog. This one's actually for a bog tin, but same thing. So yeah, I like the ones that have got the felt sort of edge on them, but I can't find mine, and Super Cheap Auto didn't have any, so I'm just going over it now and just working all the air out of it. I'll get the hairdryer under it so shortly, and yeah, see how it comes out. This is a part where it's very time consuming, so going back to my Android camera for now. So I showed you this in the last video I uploaded, but just hold it like this, slowly peel it off. I can go quicker, it will stay there, but why risk it? So I've got to work my way the whole way along. I'm a bit unsure how it's going to go around these areas here, because I had to get a lot of that scum bloody paper crap that was stuck on there. But so I basically just stuck it on there, got the bubbles out of it, hit it with a hairdryer so it's completely dry, there's no bubbles. So yeah, it should work. But I'll do it a little bit different on the upside. Finished product, it's about 12 mil off that, so I'm gonna try to get it that close on the other side. There's one imperfection, I can't get rid of it. It's like a circle. What the hell it is? I thought it might have been bubbles. Tried putting pinholes in it. No, it's just there permanently. If I'm not happy with it, I can easily replace it down the track. Yeah, so I do this middle section now. It's come out pretty good. That lock area. Remember looking at photos on the internet, working where the hell it's meant to sit. Yep, starting the other side now. What do you want, puppy dog? Okay. I'm up to a critical stage. I was just about to put it on, then I thought, hang on, I better double check this. So I have to measure the gap on the front of that, the bottom of that, and then look at the gap there. So I'm stuffing around over here. So far it looks like that's going to have to sit that little bit closer. It's pretty close either side. I'm trying to get this gap right here at the bottom. Getting there. Mightn't be exactly the same on either side, but should be close enough, I reckon. End result. Really good. So, all done. So, I've got them pretty much identical on either side now. It's good. So yeah. Very nice. I had like anyone tell you, like spray paint, and sometimes you get imperfections, stuff that comes up over time, and I had these couple of like a little, I don't know, crap that's coming up here, so I just gave it a 2000 grit and a buff. It's like completely gone, so that's good. It's never always that easy, but yeah, so I think now that I've got all the JS stripes done, it's time to move on. Hopefully tomorrow I've got one day left to work on this, but put the windows in. I've got I've got new, I bought new windows for the doors. Not intentionally, I actually couldn't find the old ones and I ended up finding them. But they're horribly scratched, so. Geez, that card's come up nice. Both of them did. So yeah, I've got to put new windows in. They're all good to go. So I've just got to swap all the fixtures over on the window itself, windows. And yeah, put them in and see how they look. But I was talking to the guy, this president of this GT club, he had a XB Fairmont pepper red, and he said his windows got scratches in it. He said there's no point, he's talking to someone about it, he said there's no point getting your windows until you replace the rubbers in here. He said it wants to scratch a window up. So yeah, before I put the window in, I'll have to see, I've got a full rubber kit for this car. I'll have to see what I've got. So yeah, yeah, so that's, I think I better wrap this video up. It'll be dragging on a bit, but I forgot to tell you before, Summernats had the escort. You do laps inside the place, and I was getting to the point where, you know, you get people saying, oh, smoke it up, get into it, have a go, smoke it up, and I'm usually pretty subtle. I'm behaved, I don't do anything silly. And I thought, stuff it. So I've got a little rotary switch. I've got a rotary switch inside the car there. See down here. It's like a 12-point rotary switch. I can adjust the boost. So I turned the boost right up. And yeah, buddy. Yeah, so I was yeah, I thought a bugger. I turned the boost up and I said to my son, I said, oh, this could actually blow the motor up doing this because I need to get retuned since I put a new motor in it or rebuild it. And yeah, buddy, yeah, dumped a skid. Done a nice skid just in first gear. Then I done another one in first gear. I could have cracked through the gears. Got plenty of power for it. I didn't worry about it. And then, yeah, they booted me out. They ripped the sticker off the windscreen. So that's it, done. No more Summernats for me this year. So they booted me out. And yeah, that was the end of it. But yeah, that sucked. But yeah, I just pretty much knew it was going to happen, you know. I had the exhaust opened up on it too, so it was fucking loud. But yeah, sounded awesome. So another thing that happened too, I forgot about. Since I moved from my mum and dad's place, I've basically taken everything out. There's no cars laying around, no boat, and thief and pricks must have got the gist of it. And my son's quad was sitting in the carport. So yeah, some arseholes bloody went there one night and knocked it off. We got it all on CCTV, but it doesn't mean anything. You can't see their faces or anything. So yeah, that was the end of that. So yeah, I'll just show you a little clip at the end here and then knocking it off. But yeah, righto guys, I'll catch you later. I'll have another video up for you soon.